this will be quick video time. I got some mail, and it was from a friend of mine, and he actually wrote a note, and he forgot to include it in there. So he said, hey, I wrote you a note, and I didn't put it inside. And he basically just said that, hey, this is a blast from the past, and I hope you enjoy. It's nothing too crazy expensive, but it's Nostalgia City. So he didn't tell me what was inside, but I can see right now that it's the dark right there, and can also see that this is a legend. So let's go through. Okay, Stranding Stones. That is a common. Look at that though. Pay 1 life and add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. This ability is played as an interrupt. See, an artifact, but as an interrupt, it's an instant. Effects that prevent or redirect damage may not be used to counter this loss of life. And what is that little speck right there? I don't know. Stranding Stones, super cool. Dark Heart of the Wood. I used to, man, this art, oh, this brings me back. This is also a common, I believe. You may sacrifice a forest to gain 3 life. Counts as both a black card and a green card. Banshee. Okay, so these are kind of just a bunch of kind of commons, I think. Banshee does X damage, X, and tap it. Man, some of these cards are just... Curse Artifact, yes. During his or her upkeep, controller of target artifact may choose to bury target artifact. If controller chooses not to bury target artifact, Curse Artifact does 2 damage to him or her. Super cool. Ashes to Ashes. Ashes to Ashes removes 2 target non-artifact creatures from the game and does 5 damage to you. Inquisition. Look at target player's hand. Inquisition does 1 damage to target player for each white card in his or her hand. Anti-white. Ooh, look at that Bog Imp. 1/1 flyer. Any costume. This would not work nowadays. Super nostalgic though. You can hardly see the dark on there. Super nostalgic. Riptide. All blue creatures become tapped. Ghost Ship. This was such an iconic card back in the day. It had regeneration, which is not used now. In any new cards. 2/4 flying. And you can regenerate for 3 blues. So it's actually a pretty cool card. Sunken City. All blue creatures gain +1/+1 if you do not pay the 2 blue during your upkeep. Oh, Sunken City is destroyed. I mean, even to the point where you just got the year and the artist. Drowned. 1/1, but it regenerates for 1 black, so you're obviously playing a Dimir deck here. Flood. Wonder, obviously they're not all dark. Venom. All non-wall creatures target creature blocks or is blocked by are destroyed at the end of the combat. So destroy them. Land Leeches. First strike, 2/2. Carnivorous Plant. Oh man, I remember this art. Oh my goodness, I used to love that art. It's a 4/5 wall. Good old walls back in the day. So this must I think this one was a common, but prior to the dark, many of the early sets, all of them were uncommons, even to the point of being rares. Like walls were thought of as, they thought they were going to be game changers. Wizards did. Sacrifice Scavenger Folk to destroy target artifact. What a great card. Only 1 to lay down. 1 to lay down. Marsh Viper. A 1/2. If Marsh Viper does damages opponent, opponent gets 2 poison counters. If opponent ever has 10 or more poison counters, opponent loses game. That's pretty sweet. That's a win counter right now. Sisters of the Flame. Oh my gosh. It's a 2/2. Add 1 mana. It's just a mana dork basically. Good old Mountain Walk. Goblins of the Flarg. Mountain Walk. Goblins of the Flarg are buried if if controller controls any dwarves. Goblin digging team. Who likes their gobbies? I think, he knows I like gobbies. Check for us, goblin digging team to destroy target wall. The guy that sent me this, we actually didn't even start playing together till college. Must have been 19 or 20 when I met him. But I hadn't bought any cards at that point since 96. So this must have been 2001, somewhere around there. Maybe the year 2000, somewhere around there. Brothers of Fire. We'll go through some of these rather quicker because I did say it was going to be his burial land. I used to hate Fissure. Pikeman. Holy Light. All non-white creatures get -1 until end of turn. That was a big card back in the day. Destroy target enchantment card or creature card you control. That's a miracle worker right there. Festival. Jester King, that's you in the background. That evil dude. Opponent may not declare an attack this turn. Play during opponent's upkeep phase. Okay, morale. All attacking creatures gain +1/+1 until end of turn. Angry Mob. Look at that. It's a 2+ star, 2+ star. Trample during this turn. The stars below are both equal to the total number of swamps all opponents control. Man, white against black. They just wanted to set that scene. Oh my gosh, a Frozen Shade. Whoa, wait a second. This is a beta. That's a beta. There's no date down here. They're not quite as rounded as alphas. 0, 1, +1/+1, and it casts 1 black. Oh, Frozen Shade. This was iconic. Wow. Okay. Cool. We'll be putting that in a sleeve. That is sweet. Oh, another beta. Phantasmal Terrain. Target land changes to any basic land type of caster's choice. Land type is set when cast and may not be further altered by this enchantment. 2 mana for that, 2 blues. Oh, a Hill Giant. Man, he went off the hook getting me some betas here. The centering on this, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get this one graded because those edges, but the centering is, woofta, that's low. Guardian Angel. Centering was terrible back in the day. I mean, that's why if you have a high grade for a graded card, it means that much more. Oh, the Guardian Angel, sweet. Regeneration. Wow, he included quite a few betas. Okay, so now we're getting into the legends. So those five beta cards. Regeneration. Okay, Equinox. So these were all my dark. Divine Offering. This is a pretty cool one. Destroy target artifact. You gain life points equal to casting of the artifact. It's actually a pretty powerful card. Oh, gosh. Alabaster's Potion. Man, this is bringing me back. Osai Vultures. Barbary Apes. Ah, lordy. A 2/2, just 2-drop. 2/4, Rampage 2. Wolverine pack. Look at those Wolverines. Wow. Okay. There's a Piety. That's Arabian Nights. Gosh, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. Fire Sprites. Hornet Cobra. Wow, that's a nasty looking picture. Shelkin Brownie. Blast Souls. It's got Swamp Walk. Summon Wall. It's a 0/1. Damage Wall of Shadows receives from creatures it blocks is reduced to 0. Effects that target only walls may not target Wall of Shadows. That's pretty for a wall. I mean, that's Pretty cool. There's a Pit Scorpion. That was iconic back in the day. Holy crap. If Scorpion damages a opponent gets a poison counter. If opponent ever has 10 or more poison counters, opponent loses the game. That's why Black was stacking up with those poison counters at the time in Legends. In the dark, you saw Hellswarm. Blazing Effigy. Look how much text these cards have. Pyrotechnics does 4 damage divided any way you choose among any number of targets. It costs 5 to play. Give me 2 of them. Immolation. Target creature gains +2, -2. Try and just destroy somebody. Giant Strength. I mean, look at the writing back in the day. That's almost hard to read. +2, +2. Does he get trampled too? Nope, just +2, +2. Puppet Master. 3 to play. Target creature is placed in the graveyard. Return creature to owner's hand. All enchantments on target creature are destroyed. You may pay 3 to return Puppet Master to its owner's hands if target creature returns to its owner's hand. So that's pretty cool. So if they end up returning their target creature, you get to bring yours back. The 1/1 flyer. Attacking does not cause. So this was before, you know, before they actually had what do they call them? Just mechanics. Before they established mechanics. Attacking did not cause Zephyr Falcon to tap. What does that sound like? Yes, Vigilance. So before they had mechanic names, they just would write everything out, and then the writing became so convoluted, and they wrote it out so many different ways that they started doing actually mechanics. It's so funny to read these old cards, and you're like, wait, that's Death Touch mechanic now. Island Walk, Venerian Gold, Flash Flood. Gosh, destroy target red permanence or return target mountain to owner's hand. And enchantments on target land are destroyed. Gosh, these are such iconic cards. Dan. There we go. That's First Arabian Nights. Dan cannot attack unless opponent has islands in play. Dan is destroyed immediately if at any time you have no islands in play. Whoa, another Dan. Okay, that's a dark. So with Arabian Nights, there was some that came out as dark and some that came out as light, and you can tell that this was dark in comparison to, say, you know, like on this beta where the mana symbol is light and this is dark, and this wolf, I think it's the light one. It's the really tough one to get graded, but and maybe the dark one's the more populated one. But when people search out full sets, they actually look for a dark symbol one and a light symbol. So they want the wolf in dark and light, which sometimes on some of them, I think there's like 13 or 15 cards. I don't know. Tavis King could correct me if he's ever watches anymore, but that have multiple. Maybe it's more than that, I think. But some of them are super hard to get, and I think the light one on the wolf is the hard one to get. But regardless, that's super cool. Got an ogre, another ogre. Like we said, we saw that piety. Whirl, elephant. So, I mean, a lot of these are just kind of common bulk, but these are such old cards. I think Arabian Nights had a print run of, 7 million? 7 million cards total. So just having some is pretty amazing. Urg Raiders, man, this is really iconic. If you do not attack with Raiders, they do 2 damage to you at the end of turn. Raiders do not damage to you during the turn in which they are summoned. So basically, you got to attack every turn. But they don't have haste. That's why you don't get the 2 damage the first turn. Her Jackal. Oh, what a great card. See, Desert Nomads. That's definitely a dark print mana symbol. got Desert Walk. Ah, now we get into my favorite. Antiquities. Dragon Engine. Maybe some of these might be, see, they're not, they're definitely played condition. Otherwise, some of these might replace what I have in my set. No, I don't think they're gonna get any replacements, but Amulet of Krug, yeah, it's so iconic. There's Soldier, Battering Ram, Sage of Latnam. Yeah, these are I think they're all actually commons right now. Argivian Blacksmith, Orcish Mechanics, Dwarven Weaponsmith, good old Crumble. Destroy target artifact. Artifact creatures may now regenerate. Artifacts controller gain life. Points equal to the artifact's casting cost. Pretty sweet. It only costs 1. The good old Tree Folk. Pixies. Oh, okay, we're getting into some white borders here in a second. Gremlins. Man. I don't know why I flipped these over backwards. Guess I was thinking he might have had some order to him. Okay, so I know what you guys are thinking. Are these revised or what are these? Are they 4th edition? You can tell with no date right off the bat that it's either going to be revised or unlimited. And then you start, there's a few things to look for. One, it's the colors looking really good, so it's probably unlimited, but also unlimited has a border around here. Where revised, they cut off this border. They didn't give you a border. So see, these are unlimited cards right here. Really flippin' sweet. Don't get me wrong, I have all these cards, but to see them and to have more, this is the stuff that I like to look through. Sorry, I know I was just looking through those, but so these are unlimited print run. They happen to be limited. They're very popular now. Tranquility, tranquility. And the Mesa Pegasus. Why not end on that? Wow. Talk about a walk down memory lane. Let's move the betas up here. Get these into good card view. Yeah, we got the beta cards. We got Unlimited. We got the Dark. We got Antiquities, Arabian Nights, and Legends. I mean, we pretty much got the. We didn't get any alphas. Or revised or anything, but we got the earliest editions. Really, this is pretty incredible. And the Dark doesn't have very many. Like the set just wasn't very good. I mean, it's iconic for a lot of us, but unless you get a big hit, I mean, they're going for about $5,000 right now, or $4,000 or $5,000 online, which is absolutely insane because the estimated value is about $200. But a lot of us are pretty in love with those cards. They're very iconic for us. Legends I'll never get tired of. Arabian Nights, I mean, I think there was 7,000 print run. There was 3.5 million print run for this one. There was 7 million for Antiquities, and there was 15 million for Antiquities. Yep, 7 million for Arabian Nights, and 35 million for Legends. So there's quite a bit of jump, I think, between here and here. But this set Antiquities wasn't even supposed to be a set, really. What happened is same thing that's going on with Flesh and Blood right now. And, why they added an ancillary set like Crucible of War to Flesh and Blood is what happened was they literally didn't realize they were going to completely sell out of all these cards, and they needed another set in print while they were trying to get another set going. So they basically slapped Antiquities together, and it was an artifact deck and or set, and tried to get as much printed as possible and out to the public, so that they could keep the people's interest. And it was tough for him ongoing because it was so hard to get these cards, so hard. And it's just really neat to see this. I mean, Arabian Nights and then Antiquities and Legends, that sequence is just historic to Wizards of the Coast. And then of course getting some beta cards. I think the betas, there's 2.2 to 2.4 million alphas out there, and I do have a number of alpha cards. There is I think 3.5 or maybe 5 million. I think it's 5 million beta. 5 million beta. I don't know on Unlimited, and I don't even think they have the print on Unlimited how many are out there. I do know that Arabian Nights, and having the theme that it had too on Arabian Nights, had barely more printed. So 7 million versus 5, I think. Or maybe it's 7.5 million. And then you go up to 15 and then go up to 35 million. But if you think about that in context of how many Magic players are out there, and then so how many people have these cards and whatnot, it's pretty incredible to think about that. There's actually not that many. And then even, getting doubles and triples of some. Wait a second here. Okay, so these are all, they just put, oh, okay. I started going the other way at a certain point. You can tell, like, look at all these. I think the set has 100 cards in Antiquities. 100 cards. And so it's a rather small set. Like I said, they slapped it together. They tried to get something out. And you go to Legends where it jumps up to, I think, 235 or something, and then you know a standard set has like 300 and something. But anyways, super fun, guys. I know this video is going to end up being like 23, 24, 25 minutes, even though I said it was going to be a short video. But I didn't realize what I'd be opening. Alls I know is that he said, be ready to look back at our past and reminisce and enjoy the few cards I sent you. So thank you so much, Ross. I really appreciate it. If you're watching this, I know you don't watch a whole lot of YouTube, so I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but thank you so much, because this stuff means a lot. And you probably have a couple $100 worth of cards right here, just how old they are. So thank you so much, and thanks everybody for watching and listening.